Alrighty guys, we are back here again today for another installment in our Project F3340i build series. On today's video guys, we're going to be putting our MHD Stage 1 340i on the dyno to see exactly what we're looking at as far as wheel figures. So without further ado, let's head over to the shop and get around the dyno. So guys, we are here today at Euro Empire getting ready to get our Project 340i on the dyno to see what kind of power we're looking at as far as MHD Stage 1. One thing very important to make sure is before you're getting ready to run your car on the dyno is you want to make sure the shop you're working with has the right type of dyno that's going to suit the needs of your vehicle. So this BMW 340i is an X-Drive model, so in order to run all four wheels, we do need to work with a shop such as Euro Empire that has a mechanically linked four-wheel drive dyno jet. Alrighty guys, so as you can see we have completed our dyno session for the 340i, so let's go ahead and have a quick discussion and go over the results. So on our first run we managed to put down 355 wheel horsepower and 383 wheel torque. Again, MHD Stage 1 on 93, not bad considering we have a lot of different factors such as limitations of pump gas, all-wheel drive, as well as the summer heat. Pretty decent power overall considering we're basically working with a stock car that has nothing more than an axle back and a stage 1 tune. Now the next pull is when things started to get a little bit interesting. Power wise the car did about the same numbers back to back. The graph did get a little bit jagged, definitely something going on there. Unfortunately did get a high temperature warning on the 340i, so at that point went ahead and decided to shut the car off and suspend the dyno session. Okay, hold up, time out. Pause the video. Let's go back and look at that dyno footage again, shall we? Notice anything strange? So I'm not entirely sure what the reason was for operating the vehicle on the dyno with the hood closed. In my personal experience, just owning different cars, modifying cars, just being a general automotive enthusiast myself, I've always found the standard procedure for operating a vehicle on the dyno would be to have the hood open to maximize air circulation, given that you are running a vehicle at wide open throttle in a stationary position as opposed to having it actually up to speed on the road where you're getting that natural airflow. As far as our temperature and conditions for this particular session, obviously you're in an enclosed building, you don't have any natural airflow. It's middle of summer, looking around, temperature obviously going to be well above 90 degrees. So it goes without saying airflow is going to be extremely limited. So I'm going to go ahead and say there's a pretty good chance, more than likely this issue would be related to full throttle in a stationary position with the hood closed, as opposed to having the hood up where you get that nice airflow. You can really get that air circulation and utilize those large fans. Let me know your opinions on that in the comment section down below. Again, I found this to be a very strange occurrence just given the known efficiency of the B58 platform. So again, car runs good, no issues, but I just happened to go back and notice this as I was editing the footage. Comparatively speaking, I've been going through looking at some other videos as far as BMW dynos, and I'm pretty much seeing just about all these guys in the BMW community operate these cars with the hood open on the dyno. So just something I wanted to point out, get back to the video. When dealing with the summer heat, oftentimes you will run into problems with heat soak, perhaps the car might have pulled timing. Hard to say exactly, no fall codes, no misfires, anything like that, but did get that temperature warning, so decided to go ahead and play on the safe side and call it a day as far as the dyno runs. Good news is car was completely fine, no harm done, went ahead and let that cool off. And basically once we started back up after taking off the rollers, we were good to go. Now, I will mention from the standpoint of proactive maintenance, always important to me to stay on top of everything as far as what goes into getting the most out of the car in terms of reliability, safety, and performance. Oil change obviously has already been taken care of, as well as our spark plugs. Another issue that does happen sometimes with dyno runs, especially with the summer heat, is sometimes people may have not quite a full tank of gas, maybe half tank or so, and they may run into some fuel cavitation issues. Fortunately for me, obviously coming prepared with a full tank of 93, so no issues as far as fuel levels or anything like that related to this particular instance with the dyno session. Now, the first thing that comes to mind when dealing with an issue like this as far as cooling is to go ahead and completely bleed and flush the coolant system just to make sure you don't have any air pockets that could be contributing to these rising temperatures. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know I'm always big on taking care of cooling upgrades early on with the build. Obviously, forced induction does come with its risk for increased temperature, especially when you're working those turbochargers a lot harder. You always want to make sure to do what you can to prevent heat soak, that way you can maximize performance. Now, I will say it is pretty well established that the B58 does have a very efficient cooling system as is. There's a lot of guys pushing some pretty serious power without going too far as heat exchanger upgrades. I'm all for cooling upgrades, but given the known efficiency of the B58 with the cooling system, I don't feel like it should necessarily be mandatory to do a heat exchanger upgrade just for a stock car with an off-the-shelf stage 1 tune. Especially given the circumstance, we're looking at a temperature issue after 2 pulls on not that hot of a day. Overall, guys, MHD Stage 1, car did well, no further issues. I'm pretty happy with the numbers, 355 and 381 to the wheels. Keep in mind, hot summer day, pump gas, and of course, we're dealing with X-Drive. So leave a comment down below, always curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, helps improve the visibility of the channel. Your support is much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Well, thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. Something else I would like to mention on our F3340i dyno session. The guys did notice a strange plastic bracket that was basically sitting behind the front grille of the car as they were strapping it down on the rollers. The guys were nice enough to basically drop that splash shield to remove this strange, just random bracket that was basically just chilling behind the front grille. So here's the piece, I'll show you guys what we're dealing with. I have no idea what this is, just random bracket. I have no idea what this goes to or if that is even something that's supposed to be on the car. So let me know. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for your support. Leave a comment down below. If you know what this random unidentified plastic bracket is, definitely let me know. I'd appreciate it. Thank you once again, guys. Stay tuned. Got more content coming up here very soon on the F30 build series. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.